Hey, what's up guys, Boris here, and today I'm coming to you guys with what's going to be one of the most important videos I've made if you are either a One Piece Treasure Cruise player or a Dokkan player, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle player. Now, if you are a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan player, you probably already know what's going to be what's going to be the subject of this video. If you are a One Piece Treasure Cruise player, you might already know what's been going on. But just say that I woke up this morning to a lot of news regarding what's been going on lately, and it involves account theft. It involves someone going to the Bandai account recovery, using your info to get your account stolen from you, pretty much. And I'm going to be talking about the history of it, what's been going on these past 2 days, and what you guys can do to not only prevent this from happening to you guys, which is not 100%, but try to do your best and take your steps to try to avoid something like this happening to you guys. And I'm going to talk about a petition that's going around. There already has, I think it got over like 400 of signatures, including I already signed it myself, or 400 signatures today, maybe. I think it was up this morning. I don't know, but it's going to be a very important video. So please make sure to watch the entire video, and that way you guys will know what's going on. So about 2 days ago, there might be the biggest Dokkan player on YouTube. I'm not entirely sure. He has about 15,000 subs, which is a lot for a mobile game. And he got his account stolen. He got his account stolen. Didn't know how. He didn't do anything. He just woke up and his account had been transferred, right? And so thankfully, the Dokkan community was awesome, and they found his account. Someone was trying to trade it. They got in contact with him. He contacted Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco wasn't doing anything, so he had to actually trade an account, a high-level account that one of the admins had for his account to get back, because Bandai Namco wasn't responding. Turns out the next day he gets his account stolen again. And I think at the moment he still hasn't gotten it back, but he is in contact with Bandai Namco. He's in contact with Facebook, and they're doing the best to try to make sure everything is correct. And I'm going to leave a link down below to his video where he explains it all. Down below, I watched the videos just so I can understand exactly what's going on. I read the Reddit posts and stuff. So I'm going to let you guys know in on a sort of a secret that all the streamers and I'm not sure if all the YouTubers, but a lot of the streamers, I made sure to tell them back in April or May of 2014, and that is that the reason we cover up our info in our videos and streams is because we know that this kind of thing is possible. Now, did we ever believe that something like this would actually happen? No, and thankfully, it hasn't really happened in the Treasure Cruise community. Unfortunately, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about why this is sort of an unfortunate case. But let me just say that back in the early days of Treasure Cruise, there was a Japanese streamer named Itchy Backside, and he covered up his info, right? And nobody knew why. Nobody knew why, right? And one day I went in there, I figured it out, right? And I went in there and I told them, there were probably like 5 or 6 people in there. They were all streamers. I'm like, yo, guys, the reason he covers up his info is because if they get like your info, they probably steal your account. And I didn't believe it. I was just letting them know why he covered up his account info. But I never believed that would actually happen, because you spend a lot of money. They would need like verification and ID and like PayPal history or something, or some sort of email. And I didn't believe it, but that was the reason, at least I thought, that he covered up his info. And he told me, yeah, that's exactly why. And so ever since then, all the all the streamers that were in there that day know that, and I'm sure other people know that as well. That's why you always see people cover up their info. And the reason that we decided not to tell people about this, or sort of play coy whenever someone asks us, why we cover up our info, is because that would only encourage people to try it out, right? And so we decided to take a different approach. We talked about it and said, look, instead of causing fear and panic and telling people, yo, you might get your account stolen any time, what we should actually try to do is just make a good community of good people who wouldn't do this, or if this kind of thing ever happened to them, we were able to be supportive and help them get their accounts back and stuff like that. And so far, that's worked out in the Treasure Cruise community. I mean, we're still, in my opinion, this is one of the coolest communities I've seen on the internet. Everyone's nice to each other. A little bit of drama here or there, stuff behind the scenes, but to be honest, that's all for the sake of improving the content that we bring you guys. There's anything big going on, so we all respect each other, and it's an awesome community. And the Dokkan community is pretty cool as well, from what I've heard. like I said, they're helping out Ichigo get his account back, and that's awesome. And they've been really supportive. Now, the unfortunate thing is that it just takes one person to, for the domino effect. So, one person stole Ichigo's account, and then of course that made Ichigo have to go on Reddit. He had to go on Reddit and make a post, make a video about it, which then makes other people aware that you can do it, and then they'll do it. But I don't blame him at all, because I would do the exact same thing to get my account back. It's not his fault. I don't blame him for it. But unfortunately, it did have to happen. And because of it, we're starting to see, he said in his video, he already counted 10 different thefts that have happened outside of him in the past 2 days. And then this morning I wake up and there's already people stealing accounts on One Piece Treasure Cruise. So, that's one of those things where, again, that's why I never wanted to make a video on it. I never wanted to tell people. People ask me on stream why I cover up my info. I didn't want to tell them that's because you can steal my info, because then that would encourage them to steal my info or steal someone else's info, And making this video itself is sort of a risk, right? But at this point, it's gotten to the point where it's already happening. So I'm gonna make this to let you guys know what you can do to protect yourselves, and yeah, hopefully it's on the petition that will allow Bandai Namco to change their privacy settings, or their account recovery settings, because you don't want to get your account info stolen. So one of the easiest ways that they could do this is implement what other games have, where you connect it to Facebook or connect it to a different account, and that way you can't get your account info unless you yourself, unless you have like your own Facebook account or something. What that does not allow, though, is rerolls, and rerolls are one of the most important things in the community. However, I got both of my accounts the fair way. I didn't reroll. I mean, I rerolled the legit way, but I didn't do like I didn't start off with 6 stars. I'd start my first my global account was started with a buggy, and a thing like an Arlong, and then my Japan account started with like an Arouge and a Raikuyo. So I didn't start out with 6 stars. You don't need to start off with 6 stars. It helps, but if it means making the game more secure, I'm all for getting rid of rerolls and just do like something like Brave Frontier does or whatever. So I'm all for that, and hopefully they'll implement something like that, because it is sort of it does suck to get your account stolen, and thankfully it hasn't happened to me, and thankfully it hasn't happened to a lot of people in Treasure Cruise yet. But again, there have been already reports this morning of it. So what can you guys do? Anytime you post an image online, please cover up all the info that you possibly can. Now, unfortunately, your pirate ID or whatever is public, so anybody in your friends list can see it. But for the most part, you guys really should try to be as careful as you can. Don't post like. I'm going to leave a link to the Reddit thread. It gives you all the suggestions. Don't be just like throwing your account info out there. And to be honest, I don't know. Even though I knew that this was possible ever since April or May, I didn't start covering up my info until like October, November, just because everyone else was doing it. And to be honest, I never believed that this would actually happen, and it did. This guy had spent like thousands of dollars on his account, on his Dokkan Battle account, and he got it stolen anyway. So there's gonna be careful. You guys gotta be careful. The really bad news is that if you're free to play, player, that's going to be the people who are vulnerable the most, because you don't have any way to verify that it's your account because you haven't paid or anything. So what do I recommend? If you are a free-to-play player, please buy 1 gem. Buy 1 gem if you can. It's only $1, I think, and that at least is some sort of way that you can get your account back in case you get stolen, just because you have verification that you paid for at least a gem. So if you're a free-to-play player, I highly recommend that you buy at least 1 gem. That would really help in case something like this happens. Second, like I said, don't show all your info on there. Try to cover up your gems, your belly, your pirate level. Cover all that stuff up, and that would probably help a lot. And last but not least, if you see someone who got their account stolen, please try to help out. Try to do the best you can to sort of help them. That's how his name is Living Ichigo. That's how he ended up getting his account back. The community came together, and they managed to find his account twice. Now, the second time, the guy has this. There's someone who has it in apparently one of the Facebook communities, but they're waiting for not only a response from Bandai Namco, but also from Facebook. So that's another thing I want to say. If you ever think about doing this, don't do it. It's not worth it. Like you said, this guy spent thousands of dollars on his account. If the guy gets caught, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble. You're probably gonna have to be talking to the police at that point, because it's literally it's theft. You're stealing, something that's worth thousands of dollars, and so I highly recommend you do not do that if you don't want, if you don't want to get wrecked. Um, Anything else I want to talk about? Yeah, so the petition. So if you guys are interested in trying to come up with a solution for this, right? There is a petition that I'm going to link down below. Please, read it. Of course, read anything before you sign it. Sign the petition. Sign the petition so that you guys can hopefully help us get some sort of account recovery system going that doesn't, that can't get exploited by some random with like your account info or your account number. And we might start seeing a lot of these in the future. We might start seeing a lot of accounts being stolen, in the next couple of days or so. But Bandai Namco, according to Living Each and Go, they were very well aware of the problem going on. I think he talked to me either today or last night or something. They are aware. They are aware. So they know what's going on. Hopefully that means that if the person who is managing their account recovery, I'm not sure if it's a manual or an automatic thing. If it's manual and there's somebody actually going through it, hopefully Bandai Namco called them like, yo guys, you need to actually make sure and verify that these guys bought gems, that it's that they show some sort of proof before they do that. And then hopefully in the meantime, while they're doing that, they'll also be developing some sort of Facebook or some sort of Twitter connector or something that allows your accounts to be connected to something else. So you can't just get it stolen like that. And then I guess the final thing would be to just, if anything happens, let us know. Let the community know, let Reddit know. We'll try to get it back to you. Thankfully, it looks like in Treasure Cruise, it hasn't happened to anybody who's actually bought gems. It looks like the only cases have been free-to-play players. I'm not too sure about that. So I'm sort of curious as to if there are different departments for account recovery for Dokkan and Treasure Cruise, because I would assume that the Treasure Cruise is, since I believe that they make a bit more money than Dokkan, they probably have a little bit more of security on those accounts, or a little bit, they watch them closer, and they verify a lot more than they would on a Dokkan account. Possibly, I mean, that's why there's so many Dokkan things going on at the moment, and just a little bit of Treasure Cruise. But still, be careful, guys. Let's hope that they do implement some sort of recovery system that doesn't screw over the free-to-play players or just players in general. If this happens to me, I'll let you guys know, and hopefully we can work together to get my account back if that ever happens. Hopefully I can count on your guys' support, and you guys know that you can count on my support. And hopefully we can count on the community support, because like I said, it's one of the coolest communities out there on the internet, in my opinion. Everyone's really nice to each other, everyone's supportive, and let's keep it that way. So again, just be careful, guys. If you're a free-to-play player, try to buy a gem and sign the petition if you guys want, if you guys can. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully this video helped, and if it did, let me know down below. Make sure to like it, make sure to share it with other communities of the mobile game genre, so that they know that this is a thing, and just for them to be careful. We don't want people's accounts being stolen. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, peace.